Imagine a face that's both familiar and enigmatic, a presence that commands attention yet remains shrouded in mystery. That's Michel Piccoli, a titan of cinema whose career spanned over 6 decades, leaving an indelible mark on the film industry. With his piercing gaze and chameleon-like ability to embody any character, Piccoli became a favorite of auteurs like Luis Buñuel, Jean-Luc Godard, and Alfred Hitchcock. From the provocative to the profound, his roles were as diverse as they were unforgettable. Whether he was playing a tormented priest, a ruthless businessman, or a romantic lead, Piccoli brought a depth and complexity that made every performance feel alive. His work wasn't just acting, it was storytelling at its most raw and human. As we delve into the life and legacy of Michel Piccoli, prepare to uncover the man behind the legend and the artistry that made him a cornerstone of modern cinema. Michel Piccoli was born on December 27, 1925, in Paris, France. Growing up in a vibrant city that was alive with culture, he was the son of a Jewish father who was a tailor and a mother who was a pianist. This artistic environment undoubtedly influenced his creative spirit from a young age. After the tumult of World War II, when he was just a teenager, Piccoli found his way into the world of acting. He initially studied at the prestigious Conservatoire National Supper d'Art Dramatique, where he honed his craft and developed a passion for performance. You can almost imagine him there, amidst the echoes of fellow actors, practicing his monologues and dreaming of larger stages. In 1945, shortly after the war ended, he made his stage debut in a production of L'Invitation Ochal by Jean Anouilh. It was this moment that marked the beginning of his journey into the spotlight. The 1950s saw Piccoli transition to film, where his unique presence quickly caught the eye of directors. He starred in several French films during this time, but it was his role in Les Enfants du Paradis in 1945 that really cemented his place in the industry. You can picture the bustling streets of Paris, where he emerged as a captivating figure on screen, often playing complex characters that reflected the challenges of modern life. Throughout the late 50s and into the 60s, Piccoli became a familiar face in French cinema, working with renowned directors like Louis Buñuel and Jacques Rivette. His collaboration with Buñuel in The Discreet Charm of the Bourgeoisie in 1972 showcased his ability to blend depth with a touch of absurdity, a hallmark of his career. Imagine the camera capturing his expressive eyes, conveying emotions that words sometimes couldn't express. As we look back on his early years, it's clear that Piccoli wasn't just another actor. He was a chameleon, adapting to various roles and genres. From stage to screen, his journey was just beginning, setting the stage for a remarkable career that would unfold over the next 6 decades, leaving an indelible mark on film history. His early life laid the foundation for the legend he would become, forever changing the landscape of cinema. So, how did Michel Piccoli rise to fame? Well, it wasn't overnight. After years of honing his craft in theater and smaller film roles, Piccoli's big break came in the late 1950s. In 1958, he landed a role in Les Amants, directed by Louis Malle. This wasn't just any film. It was a bold, provocative drama that pushed boundaries, and Piccoli's performance as a troubled husband caught in a web of desire didn't go unnoticed. Cut to film clip. The film's success at the Cannes Film Festival put him on the radar of critics and audiences alike. But it was his collaboration with director Jean-Luc Godard in Contempt 1963 that truly cemented his status as a leading man. Playing Paul Javal, a screenwriter grappling with jealousy and disillusionment, Piccoli delivered a raw, emotionally charged performance that became iconic. Display newspaper headline: Piccoli shines in Godard's masterpiece. The film's iconic scenes, like the one where he walks along the stark white walls of a modern villa, are still studied today. By the mid-1960s, Piccoli was a household name in France, but he wasn't content to stay in one lane. He jumped into The Diary of a Chambermaid, 1964, directed by Luis Buñuel, where he played a sinister, manipulative character that showcased his range. Show early photo of subject. This ability to shift between roles, from the brooding intellectual to the darkly complex villain, made him a director's dream. And let's not forget his work in Belle de Jour, 1967, also by Buñuel, where he played opposite Catherine Deneuve in a film that blurred the lines between fantasy and reality. Cut to film clip Piccoli's rise wasn't just about talent. It was about his willingness to take risks, to dive into roles that challenged him and the audience. By the late 1960s, he was not just a star, but a symbol of European cinema's golden age, working with the likes of Mali, Godard, and Buñuel. Display lower third, Michel Piccoli, 1925. His face, with its deep-set eyes and expressive features, became synonymous with complexity and depth. And as the 1970s rolled in, Piccoli's career only continued to soar, proving that his rise to fame was just the beginning of a legendary journey. Michel Piccoli's personal life was as rich and complex as the characters he portrayed on screen. Born in 1925, he grew up in Paris, surrounded by the artistic currents that would later define his career. But life wasn't just about acting for Piccoli. It was a whirlwind of relationships and personal challenges that shaped him. He was married 3 times, with his first marriage to actress Élodie Constantin lasting from 1945 to 1951. Their split was amicable, but it marked the beginning of a journey through love and loss for Piccoli. He later found companionship with actress Anne Wiadzemski, whom he married in 1965, and their partnership lasted until 1979. Each relationship offered him new insights, but also brought its own struggles. In the realm of fatherhood, Piccoli had a daughter who added a layer of responsibility to his already busy life. Balancing a demanding career with personal commitments is no easy feat, especially when you're a celebrated actor, often in the public eye. Despite the glamour, there were moments of deep introspection for Piccoli, particularly after the passing of his mother, which profoundly affected him. He often reflected on life's fleeting nature, channeling those feelings into his performances. Financially, like many artists, he faced ups and downs. The unpredictability of the film industry sometimes left him questioning his path. Yet, rather than shying away from these difficulties, Piccoli embraced them, using his experiences to enrich his roles. His passion for cinema never waned, even in tough times. This resilience is evident in films like The Discreet Charm of the Bourgeoisie and Belle de Jour, where he brought a depth of emotion to every frame. Piccoli was also known for his strong opinions on social and political issues, which sometimes put him at odds with the establishment. His outspoken nature led to some controversies, but he remained true to himself, championing causes he believed in. Through it all, Michel Piccoli's life was a tapestry woven with threads of love, loss, and relentless pursuit of artistic expression. He showed us that behind the curtain of fame, there's a person grappling with the same joys and sorrows we all face, making his legacy not just that of an actor, but of a relatable human being. As Michel Piccoli transitioned into his later career, he continued to captivate audiences with his remarkable versatility and depth. The 1990s saw him collaborating with some of the most innovative directors in European cinema, including the legendary Luis Buñuel in The Discreet Charm of the Bourgeoisie and That Obscure Object of Desire. These films showcased his ability to blend humor with profound philosophical questions, a hallmark of his artistic identity. Piccoli was never one to shy away from challenging roles, and this era was no exception. In 1991, he starred in La Belle Noiseuse, directed by Jacques Rivette, which offered an intimate look at the creative process. This film not only highlighted his talent, but also made a statement about art and obsession, themes that Piccoli often explored throughout his career. Moving into the 2000s, his work continued to reflect a unique blend of gravitas and playfulness. In 2003, he appeared in The Dreamers, directed by Bernardo Bertolucci, where he played the father of the main character, bringing a sense of nostalgia and reflection that resonated deeply with the audience. His ability to convey complex emotions without uttering a word was a testament to his mastery of the craft. One of the most striking aspects of Piccoli's later career was his willingness to embrace the digital age. He worked with younger filmmakers and adapted to new storytelling styles, proving that great artistry knows no age limits. In 2015, he delivered a poignant performance in Elway, a film that explored memory, and Bud, a film that explored memory and identity, echoing the themes he had grappled with throughout his life. Piccoli's legacy is not just in the roles he played or the awards he received, though his accolades are impressive, including several Caesar Awards and a Lifetime Achievement Award in 2011. His true impact lies in the way he redefined what it meant to be a leading man in French cinema. He was an actor unafraid to show vulnerability, complexity, and intelligence, paving the way for future generations of performers. As we reflect on Michel Piccoli's life, it's clear that he was more than just an actor. He was an artist who understood the nuances of human experience. His influence can be seen today in the works of contemporary actors and filmmakers who strive to evoke the same depth of emotion and thoughtfulness in their projects. Even after his passing in 2020, Piccoli's spirit lives on through the films he left behind, which continue to inspire and challenge viewers around the world. In the end, Michel Piccoli's legacy is a rich tapestry woven with threads of passion, creativity, and a relentless pursuit of authenticity in the art of storytelling. As we approach the final chapter of Michel Piccoli's extraordinary life, we find ourselves in the serene countryside of France, far from the bustling streets of Paris, where he spent his formative years. It's May 2020, and the world is in the grip of a pandemic, but here, in the quiet village of St. Philbert-sur-Risle, time seems to move differently. Michel, now 994, has retreated to his beloved home, a place where he could escape the glare of the spotlight and find solace in nature. His health, though fragile, is a testament to a life well lived. Years of smoking had taken their toll, and his heart, once so vibrant and full of passion, was now weary. But Michel remained as sharp and witty as ever, his mind still brimming with stories and reflections on a career that spanned over 6 decades. His days were spent in quiet contemplation, surrounded by the lush greenery of his garden, the gentle rustle of leaves, and the distant chirping of birds. He often sat by the window, a book in hand or perhaps a script, though acting had become a distant memory. His wife Ludivine was his constant companion, ensuring his comfort and sharing in the simple joys of their life together. On the morning of May 12, 2020, Michel woke to a day much like any other. The sun filtered through the curtains, casting a warm glow across the room. He took his time getting up, his movements slow but deliberate, as if savoring each moment. Breakfast was a quiet affair, a cup of tea and a slice of toast, shared with Ludivine. They spoke of ordinary things, the weather, the garden, the news, but their conversation was laced with a deep, unspoken understanding of the preciousness of their time together. As the day progressed, Michel felt a sudden wave of fatigue. He decided to rest, lying down on the couch in the living room, his favorite spot. Ludivine sat nearby reading, her presence a comforting constant. It was in this moment of tranquility that Michel's heart, which had beaten to the rhythm of so many lives he portrayed, finally came to rest. There was no drama, no grand finale, just a quiet, peaceful end, as if the world itself had paused to honor him. The news of his passing spread quickly, though in the midst of a global crisis it felt almost surreal. Tributes poured in from around the world, from fellow actors, directors, and fans who had been touched by his work. The man who had brought so many characters to life, from the enigmatic to the deeply human, was gone, but his legacy would endure. In the days that followed, as the world began to process the loss, Michel's home became a place of reflection. Friends and family gathered to remember him, sharing stories and laughter, tears and silence. The garden, once his sanctuary, now seemed to hold a deeper meaning, a reminder of the beauty and fragility of life. Michel Piccoli's final days were a quiet coda to a life lived with passion, integrity, and an unyielding love for his craft. He left behind a body of work that continues to inspire, and a memory that will forever be cherished by those who knew him. As we reflect on his journey, from the bustling streets of Paris to the serene countryside of Normandy, we are reminded of the enduring power of art to connect us, to move us, and to remind us of our shared humanity. Michel Piccoli may be gone, but his spirit lives on in every frame of film, in every character he brought to life, and in the hearts of those who knew him. And so we say goodbye to a legend, not with sadness, but with gratitude for the gift of his talent, his wisdom, and his unwavering dedication to the art he loved. As we reflect on the life and career of Michel Piccoli, it's impossible not to feel a deep sense of gratitude for the artistry he brought to the world. From the bustling streets of Paris to the serene countryside where he spent his final days, Piccoli's journey was as rich and varied as the characters he portrayed. His ability to transform, to inhabit the souls of the flawed, the brilliant, and the utterly human made him a titan of cinema. Whether he was collaborating with visionary directors in the 1990s or commanding the screen in his earlier years, Piccoli's versatility knew no bounds. He wasn't just an actor, he was a storyteller, a chameleon, a master of nuance. His performances were like brushstrokes on a canvas, each one adding depth and color to the tapestry of film history. To watch him was to be captivated, to be drawn into a world where every gesture, every pause, every glance carried meaning. Michel Piccoli's legacy isn't just in the films he left behind, it's in the way he made us feel, the way he challenged us to see the world differently. He was a reminder that cinema is more than entertainment. It's a mirror, a window, a conversation. As we say goodbye, we don't mourn the end of his story, we celebrate the fact that it was ever told. Michel Piccoli, a man who lived life as vividly as he portrayed it on screen, will forever be a beacon in the world of film. His absence leaves a silence, but his work ensures his voice will never truly fade. Here's to the man who gave us so much. Thank you, Michel.